Thank you, and welcome to Vanderbilt University's Endowed Chair Investiture ceremony. My name is Tracy George. I'm the Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs and Professional Education, and I'm the Charles B. Cox III and Lucy D. Cox Family Chair in Law and Liberty. I have the distinct honor of hosting the celebration in recognition of you, our faculty. You may be seated. To begin our ceremony, I would like to introduce Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Sybil Raver. Provost Raver is the Cornelius Vanderbilt Professor of Psychology and Human Development in Peabody College. She also holds a secondary faculty appointment in the Department of Psychology and the College of Arts and Science. Since joining Vanderbilt in 2021, Provost Raver has catapulted the university's scholarship and research operations by recruiting visionary leaders, launching new pathways for faculty and student support, and establishing processes to facilitate bold and collaborative discovery across the university. Provost Raver earned a Bachelor of Arts from Radcliffe College of Harvard University, studying psychology and filmmaking. She earned her doctorate of philosophy from Yale University in developmental psychology. She is a fellow of the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Please join me in welcoming Provost Raver.
Thank you, Vice Provost George. Good afternoon. It's my honor to welcome you to this investiture ceremony for faculty endowed chairs at Vanderbilt University. I'd like to extend a special welcome to those who have joined us to represent the donors and families who have helped to endow our chairs. Mr. Addison B. Scoville III and Mrs. Missy Scoville, Mr. Andrew W. Bird Sr. and Mrs. Marianne M. Bird, Mr. Thomas O. Flood and Mrs. Vicki Flood, Mr. John R. Ingram, Mr. David B. Ingram, and Dr. Jeffrey B. Eskind and Mrs. Donna G. Eskind. We also have two individuals after whom endowed chairs were named in honor, and we'd like to recognize their presence today as well, Mrs. Dorothy Winfield Phillips and Mr. Fred H. Bess. So thank you very much to all of those very generous and kind donors. We gather this evening to celebrate you for your many, many achievements, and specifically for the ways in which you serve as transformative leaders, mentors, and path-breaking scholars. Why is mentorship and leadership so important to us? Well, I know I benefit tremendously from the leadership and mentorship of my Chancellor, but certainly because it really propels our collective work forward. We are each challenged to stretch and to grow. It is this challenge that we're called to dare to grow on banners and on our seal and in many ways in which we speak about the university. And it may seem strange that I'm speaking about daring to grow at this moment of crowning achievement for your careers. Certainly, in some ways, this seems like a simple enough challenge to grow. Surely, as educators, we are committing our careers to the academy. We all believe in the merits of an upward trajectory of growth. We see improvement and positive gain as inherently laudable and important. In short, I suspect that many, if not all of us, are inherently wired as cautious optimists, if not bold optimists. So this call to grow may not feel so familiar or may not feel so unfamiliar or so radical. We believe and support in growth in manifold ways. But I would conjecture that we often really support the growth of others, that in fact, if we're honest, we recognize that growth is not easy. We're seasoned enough in our fields and in our life experience to know that it's difficult to kickstart change, that making change in one's program of research or one's department or one's institution is often a heavy lift. In short, we may retreat to skepticism on whether change is possible, because it often feels like safe intellectual refuge from the risk of thinking big or investing time and effort to steering toward a bigger or brighter goal. So what does that mean for us today? It is why today is so important, because it celebrates the ways in which each of you have demonstrated such profound courage in shooting for and achieving global renown in your fields, for the ways that you, our esteemed faculty, lead the way in daring to grow, both as scholars and as leaders. And what does it mean for me as Provost, your Chief Academic Officer? It means that my job and my privilege is to use this value of daring to grow in shaping and sharpening the academic and research missions of this institution. I have the privilege of investing in that vision and amplifying that vision so as to support you, our Vanderbilt community, in making that leap forward. Discovery Vanderbilt is proof of this commitment, a daring investment in bold ideas and creative solutions to some of the world's most worrisome challenges. Discovery Vanderbilt represents a set of multi-million-dollar investments that we make as catalysts for your leadership, your creativity, the rigor and significance of your work. A daring university also requires us to take on or embrace different mindsets. Each of you is being celebrated today for being truly expert. And at the same time, each of you is a path breaker, a leader in your respective fields, because you regularly step back from canonical or crystallized ways of understanding a problem, seeing that problem, because you have the bravery and the courage to ask a question in a new light. This is central to our teaching mission, where every day you encourage students to step outside their comfort zone, their baseline assumptions, and to challenge conventions, to ask and answer hard questions. In so doing, you empower students to direct their uncertainty, their anxiety, and sometimes their frustration with us, with the state of the world, and with their place in it. You inspire students not only into new ways of seeing a problem, but most importantly, to invent new ways of solving that problem. And for that, I thank you. You serve as key interlocutors, key partners with me and with the Chancellor and with our senior team in the Office of the Provost, not only in shaping the vision of this university, but also in challenging and guiding our students to embark on this journey with us. So with that, let me close by saying how proud I am, alongside our Chancellor, to preside over this investiture. Each of you receives this recognition of an endowed chair for your exemplary record as scholars, educators, and mentors. Each of you shoulders truly awesome responsibilities. And when I use that word, I mean it in the Dantean or Wordsworthian sense, in ways that are really about reverential awe for the scholarly mountains that you've climbed, both because they are difficult and they are high, to reach this point in your careers. Thank you for doing that work, for daring to set your sights so high and to have achieved those heights. You inspire junior faculty and students here at Vanderbilt and across the world to believe those heights are not only possible, but exciting. That is, after all, the goal of these endowed chairs, to recognize your exceptional accomplishments, to celebrate all you've given to Vanderbilt through your investment in this community, and to elevate and empower each of you as thought leaders who push us forward. Your accomplishments are indeed exceptional. In this room, we have 41 faculty from across Vanderbilt University and VUMC, our medical center. You work at the cutting edge of technological progress, from aerospace infrastructure to cancer treatment to developing better hearing aids. You innovate with empathy, improving the quality of life of people with autism, HIV, breast cancer, vascular disease, and hearing loss. You chronicle and amplify our human experience, connecting the dots between music and philosophy, literature and human sexuality, gender and religion, and the ways that we process information as narrative. And you tackle the world's most existential threats, from climate change to racial injustice, global economic policy, and ethics. As an endowed chair, you set the standard for thoughtful, collaborative, creative, intellectual leadership and the fundamental power of ideas. And so with that, I leave you with a charge. Today, each of you is elevated, and deservedly so, to one of the greatest honors in higher education. As you rise, I charge you to continue to dare to discover. Each of you has a tremendous track record. How does that record fuel you, provide you with the courage to take on new risks in your chosen fields? And above all, I ask you to inspire and lead others as we boldly move upward and forward as an institution. Share with others the strategies you've pursued in achieving success as department chairs, principal investigators, field innovators, and path breakers. Be out among your own, about your own and among your own colleagues about your successes and your profound courage in shooting for and achieving global renown in your respective fields. I think we don't brag very often as scholars, and I encourage you to actually sing those praises so that others might understand the importance of that courageous and bold effort. Lead the way in daring to grow as both scholars and as leaders at Vanderbilt. This is how we dare to grow together, with you as my treasured colleagues, my peers, and my friends. With that, congratulations on your investiture.
Thank you, Provost Raver. We will now move on to the presentation of the chair holders. The chair holders receive a specially designed gold-plated medallion to wear with their regalia to distinguish them as the holder of an endowed chair. They will have their medallion placed upon them today by the dean of their school or college. Everyone, that is, except our first honoree. I'm going to welcome back to the front of the stage Provost Raver, where she'll place the medallion on our first honoree for today. Dean Emily Towns. Emily Towns Emily Towns is the E. Rhodes and Leona B. Carpenter Chair in Ethics and Society. She began her tenure as dean in 2013 after establishing a distinguished career as a scholar and teacher and leader in theological education. She is also a University Distinguished Professor of Womanist Ethics and Society, University Distinguished Professor of Gender and Sexuality Studies, and Director of the Public Theology and Racial Justice Collaborative. Emily is the author of the highly acclaimed Womanist Ethics and the Cultural Production of Evil, among many other books. Congratulations, Emily. So now they've shown you how you do it. If I could ask the first row to rise and come and enter to my right, to your left, or straight ahead of you. We will begin with the chair holders from the College of Arts and Science, and I'd like to welcome John Dean Gear to the front of the stage where he'll place the medallion on each of the chair holders from the College of Arts and Science. Julian Hillier, Centennial Chair. Julian has established a world-class research program at the intersection of insect physiology and immunity. He publishes high-quality research in high-impact scientific research journals, has sustained external research funding, and developed an international reputation as a leader in his field. Congratulations, Julian. Kevin Huang, Andrew and Jennifer Hoyne Chair in Economics. Kevin is a nationally recognized macroeconomist working on a range of important questions. His experience at the Federal Reserve Bank has had a deep influence on his research and enhanced its policy relevance. His recent emphasis on the Chinese economy has sharpened our understanding of the U.S.-China economic relationship, perhaps the most important bilateral link in the global economy today. Congratulations, Kevin. Timothy P. McNamara, Gertrude Conaway Vanderbilt Chair in Social and Natural Sciences. Tim investigates human memory, cognition, and decision-making with a particular focus on spatial processing. He has an impressive record of continuous funding and robust publication, even while he served for 2 decades in important academic leadership roles, including 12 years as Vice Provost. He was recognized in 2019 with the Thomas Jefferson Award for Distinguished Service to Vanderbilt through extraordinary contributions as a member of the faculty and the councils and government of the university. Congratulations, Tim. Renee Robinson, Dorothy J. Wingfield Phillips Chair. Renee is a leader in health disparities research focused on Alzheimer's disease and aging using analytical chemistry and mass spectrometry. A hallmark of her research is overcoming key challenges faced in obtaining sufficient samples from underrepresented populations. Congratulations, Renee. Catherine Schwartz. Gertrude Conaway Vanderbilt Chair. Catherine is a scholar of early modern literature and culture, gender, and sexuality studies, as well as queer theory. Catherine has established an international reputation as a leader in her fields of inquiry and been supported by fellowships from the American Council of Learned Societies, among many others. Congratulations, Catherine. Stephen D. Townsend, fittingly in a Stevenson Chair. Steve has established a nationally recognized research program in chemical biology and organic chemistry, embracing the interdisciplinary nature of research at Vanderbilt. He collaborates and works seamlessly with groups and institutes ranging from the microbiome to neonatal care. Congratulations, Steve. Congratulations again to all the chairholders from the College of Arts and Science, and thank you, John. Please welcome back to the front of the stage Emily Towns, who will place the medallion on chairholders from the Divinity School. First up, Yoonjin Kim, Charles G. Finney Chair. Yoonju's scholarship is well established in women in preaching, multiculturalism, global context, and Asian American feminist homiletics. She is a leader of the field, a pioneer of path-breaking work, and innovator of approaches to homiletics in a time of multicultural and generational changes. Congratulations, Yoonju. Lisa Lynette Thompson, Cornelius Vanderbilt Chair. Lisa studies how religious speech, rhetoric, communication, and worship impact our public discourse and well-being. She is the author of 2 books and is committed to the belief that when the most underrepresented in society are attended to, everyone flourishes. Congratulations, Lisa. Congratulations again to all the chairholders from the Divinity School, and thank you, Emily. Next, please welcome Philippe Fauché, Dean of the School of Engineering and holder of the Bruce and Bridget Evans Dean's Chair in Engineering, who will place the medallion on the chairholders from the School of Engineering. First up is Christos Konstantinidis, Stevenson Chair. Christos studies the intricacies of neural pathways and how they give rise to cognitive functions. He is one of those unique investigators who resides at the confluence of neuroscience and biomedical engineering, and he is recognized as being at the forefront of both fields. Congratulations, Christos. Chancellor Oskay, Cornelius Vanderbilt Chair. Chancellor specializes in the multi-scale modeling of materials in aerospace and infrastructure applications. He has received numerous recognitions for his research contributions, including being elected Fellow of the Engineering Mechanics Institute and the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Congratulations, Chancellor. Congratulations again to all the chairholders from the School of Engineering, and thank you, Philippe. Next, please welcome Chris Guthrie, Dean of the Law School, and John Wade Kent-Severud, Professor of Law, who will place the medallion on the chairholders from the law school. Rebecca Allensworth, David Daniels Allen Distinguished Chair of Law. Rebecca holds degrees from Yale, Cambridge, and Harvard Law School, is a decorated teacher, an award-winning antitrust law scholar, and the nation's leading legal expert on professional licensing boards. She has published articles in the discipline's top journals, as well as the New York Review of Books, and the United States Supreme Court has cited her scholarship. Congratulations, Rebecca. Amanda Rose, Cornelius Vanderbilt Chair in Law. Amanda, who graduated first in her class at the University of California, Berkeley Law School, is an experienced litigator and influential scholar. Her work, which has appeared in the finest journals in the discipline, has reshaped our understanding of two fields, corporate and securities regulation, as well as complex litigation. In addition to holding a chair in law, she is a professor of management in the Owen School of Management. Congratulations to Amanda. Sean Seymour, Centennial Professor in Law. Sean, who holds a PhD in chemistry in addition to his JD, is a patent law scholar whose work focuses on how patent law should evolve to address changes in science and technology. A member of the inaugural Chancellor Faculty Fellow class at Vanderbilt, he has taught at many leading universities, including MIT, Northwestern, and Notre Dame, and is an elected member of the American Law Institute. Congratulations to Sean. Congratulations again to all the chairholders from the law school, and thank you, Chris. Next, please welcome Dr. Donald Brady, Executive Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, to the stage. Dr. Brady is presenting on behalf of Dr. Jeff Balzer, Dean of the School of Medicine, and will place the medallions on the recipients from the School of Medicine. First up, Daniel Barocas, William L. Bray Chair in Urology. Daniel is a professor of urology. His research focuses on quality of life, quality of care, healthcare disparities, and comparative effectiveness. He is the principal investigator of a multi-center study on the effectiveness and side effects of different treatments for prostate cancer. Congratulations, Daniel. James W. Budfish, Thomas L. and Jane Yount Chair in Hearing and Speech Sciences. James is a professor of hearing and speech sciences whose research focuses on severe and treatment-resistant forms of autism. He also serves as a clinician to maintain a close linkage of his research to autism service delivery programs. Congratulations, James. Carissa J. Casillo, James G. Blakemore Chair in Psychiatry. Carissa's research program is focused on sensory and repetitive behaviors in autism spectrum disorders. Her lab uses direct observational assessment to determine how sensory processing difficulties impact the reduced social interaction and repetitive behaviors that characterize autism. Congratulations to Carissa. Blythe A. Corbett, James G. Blakemore Chair in Psychiatry. Blythe is a professor in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences and an investigator with the Vanderbilt Kennedy Center and Center for Cognitive Medicine. Dr. Corbett is the director of the Social Emotional Neuroscience Endocrinology Lab, a translational research program focused on a reciprocal social functioning and stress responsivity of children with autism spectrum disorder. Congratulations, Blythe. Kelly Dooley, Addison B. Scoville Jr. Chair in Medicine. Kelly is professor of medicine as well as director of the Division of Infectious Diseases within the Department of Medicine at Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. As an infectious disease specialist and clinical pharmacologist, Kelly maintains an active clinical practice in HIV care. Congratulations, Kelly. Renee Gifford, Fred H. Best Chair in Audiology. Renee is a professor in the Department of Hearing and Speech Sciences and currently the director of the Cochlear Implant Research Laboratory, director of the Cochlear Implant Program in the Division of Audiology, and co-director of research for the National Center for Childhood Deafness and Family Communication at the Vanderbilt Bill Wilkerson Center. Congratulations, Renee. Anna Hemnes, Elsa S. Hannigan Chair in Pulmonary Medicine. Anna is a professor of medicine and a translational physician scientist with a research focus on the role of altered metabolism in pulmonary vascular disease. Her clinical research interests include the role of insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome in those with pulmonary vascular disease. Congratulations, Anna. Stephen J. Kim. Oh, is he here? No. I will move on to Keith Metter. Ann Geddes-Stallman, Chair in Medical Ethics. Keith is a multidiscipline professor and clinician who serves as the Director of Mental Health and Chaplaincy, part of a national initiative to foster integration of chaplaincy services into mental health care within the Department of Veterans Affairs. He is the director of the Center for Biomedical Ethics and Society here at Vanderbilt and professor in the Graduate Department of Religion. Congratulations, Keith. Aaron Moberly, Guy M. Mannis Chair in Otolaryngology. Aaron is an associate professor of otolaryngology, head and neck surgery, and a leading researcher on all aspects of adult otology and neurotology. He has a special emphasis on cochlear implantation, including speech recognition and quality of life outcomes after a cochlear implantation. Congratulations, Aaron. Ben Park, Benjamin F. Bird Jr. Chair in Oncology. Ben is a professor of medicine and director of the Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center. His research is dedicated to finding a cure for all types of breast cancer by investigating mutated and altered genes responsible for the development and progression of breast cancer, as well as genes that lead to drug resistance. Congratulations to Ben. Todd A. Ricketts, Thomas L. and Jane Wilkerson-Yount Chair in Hearing and Speech Sciences. Todd is an advocate for hearing health and the author of more than 100 articles and 300 scholarly papers. He is also the director of the Dan Mannix Hearing Aid Research Laboratory. Congratulations, Todd. Ravi Shah, Gottlieb C. Friesinger II Chair in Cardiovascular Medicine. Ravi is a clinical translational scientist with a focus on studying the translational epidemiology of cardiometabolic diseases and its impact on cardiovascular disease. His major areas of interest include the study of precision phenotypes of metabolic disease, clinical imaging and molecular, and their relation to cardiovascular illness. Congratulations to Ravi. Scott Steffen, Carol and John Otis Chair in Facial, Plastic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Scott is an associate professor of otolaryngology, head and neck surgery. He serves as fellowship program director and chief of facial, plastic, and reconstructive surgery. He founded and now directs the Vanderbilt Microartesia Clinic, which specializes in underdeveloped ears, along with the Vanderbilt Facial Paralysis Program. Congratulations, Scott. Anne Marie Tharp, Vicki and Thomas Flood Chair in Hearing and Speech Sciences. Anne Marie is Chair of Hearing and Speech Sciences. She serves as the Associate Director of the Vanderbilt Bill Wickerson Center for Otolaryngology and Communication Sciences. She maintains a clinical practice and a research program in addition to teaching audiology, speech-language pathology, and deaf education graduate students. Congratulations, Anne Marie. Zachary Warren, Donna and Jeffrey Eskin Chair in Autism Spectrum Disorder. Zachary is a professor of pediatrics and the executive director of the Vanderbilt Kennedy Center's Treatment and Research Institute on Autism Spectrum Disorders. His current research focuses on early detection and intervention for autism spectrum disorder, as well as in the development of technological applications for potential intervention. Congratulations, Zachary. Congratulations to all the School of Medicine chairholders, and thank you. Donald. Next, please join me in welcoming Eric Johnson, Dean of the Owen Graduate School of Management, and the Ralph Owen Dean and Bruce D. Henderson Professor of Strategy. He will place the medallions on the chair holders from the Owen Graduate School of Management. Daniel Cohen, Francis Hampton Curry Chair. Daniel is a recognized expert in studying accounting choices and their relation to managerial incentives, and the central theme of his research is examining how a firm's various contracts, such as employment arrangements, debt agreements, and other fundamental business legal structures, as well as stock market pressures, shape senior executives' incentives and, in turn, their accounting choices. Congratulations, Daniel. Jennifer Escalas, Dean Samuel B. and Evelyn R. Richmond Chair in Management. Jennifer joined the Owen Graduate School of Management in 2004. Her influential scholarship focuses on consumer self-identity as well as narrative processing, which proposes that individuals process information by thinking in the form of a story. Congratulations, Jennifer. Last but not least, Kelly Goldsmith, E. Bronson Ingram Chair. Kelly joined the Owen Graduate School of Management in 2017. She is a behavioral scientist who examines consumers, responses to uncertainty and scarcity with a focus on identifying and, more importantly, explaining seemingly paradoxical choices or attributes of human behavior. Congratulations, Kelly. Congratulations to the chairholders from the Owen Graduate School of Management. Thank you, Eric. And let's have a round of applause again for all of the chairholders that we've honored today. To close our ceremony, I have the honor of introducing our Chancellor, Daniel Diermeier. An internationally renowned political scientist and management scholar, Daniel is the 9th Chancellor of Vanderbilt University. Since joining Vanderbilt in 2020, Chancellor Diermeier has led an ambitious program of growth and advancement. Under his visionary leadership, the university has risen in stature, successfully launched a major capital campaign for Vanderbilt athletics, topped the $1 billion mark in research expenditures, and reaffirmed its longstanding commitment to freedom of expression and civil discourse. He has driven efforts to become the destination for leading faculty and the most promising students, to create a culture of radical collaboration and personal growth for Vanderbilt's faculty, students, and staff, and to expand Vanderbilt's global presence. Under his leadership, Vanderbilt was one of a very small number of the nation's universities to safely and successfully bring students back to campus during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before arriving at Vanderbilt, Chancellor Diermeier served in leadership and faculty roles at the Stanford Graduate School of Management, the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University, and at the University of Chicago, where he was Dean of the Harris School of Public Policy and subsequently served as Provost. He is a fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences and the Guggenheim Foundation. He has published 5 books and more than 100 research articles, mostly in the fields of political science, economics, and management. Throughout his career, Chancellor Diermeier has been an advisor to governments, nonprofits, and leading companies, mostly in the area, fittingly enough, of crisis management. Please welcome Chancellor Diermeier to the stage.
Well, thank you, Tracy, for the kind introduction, and good afternoon to all of you. This is one of my very favorite days of the year. It's wonderful to see the accomplishments of our faculty, and it's also wonderful to see their family here with us, celebrating this wonderful moment together. And it was great to see that some of you brought their fan clubs. And I'd also like to thank the donors and their families who have joined us here today. As Provost Raver already recognized them earlier in the program, including Mr. and Mrs. Scoville, Mr. and Mrs. Bird, Mr. and Mrs. Flood, Mr. John Ingram, Mr. David Ingram, and Dr. and Mrs. Eskind. And then I'd also like to recognize Mrs. Wingfield Phillips and Mr. Bess, after whom 2 chairs are named and who join us here today. At around this time last year, I celebrated my own investiture at Vanderbilt as Vanderbilt's 9th Chancellor, where I began my address with the words, "We gather today as heirs and stewards of a great legacy." These words ring particularly true today and this year as we honor these esteemed faculty and prepare to our university's sesquicentennial, our 105th anniversary. This coming weekend, we will launch a year's worth of celebrating the great tradition of scholarly excellence and positive social impact that has defined Vanderbilt for its first 150 years. But it is particularly fitting that we begin this week and we begin this year of celebration celebrating you, our faculty. Like our university, you have reached a laudable milestone in your academic careers, which have been simultaneously marked by high scholarly distinction, profound societal impact, and the noble virtues that continue to inspire our young leaders and move our community forward. The tradition of endowing chairs recognizes one of the oldest tenets in academia, which is that great faculty form the cornerstone of great universities. At Vanderbilt, that tradition began in 1918, though it dates back 3 centuries among universities, and it is a practice that actually dates back to ancient Rome, when the emperor Marcus Aurelius established 4 chairs in philosophy, one representing each dominant field of thought at the time, around the year 176 AD, so we go way back. Throughout this long lineage, the purpose has remained the same: to support learning, discovery, and innovation that will shape our world. Through their support, our donors have not only committed to that purpose, but actively contributed to the ongoing waves of positive change in its wake. Their gifts are endless because they directly transfer to the next generation, who come here seeking transformative education and leave with the needed skills and capacity to consistently serve humanity's good. For faculty members, endowed chairs are the highest honor that the university bestows. Across the academy, they signify that these individuals have achieved by scholarship, research, artistic creation, and teaching the greatest accolades within their fields. But while receiving an endowed chair may be an apex of an achievement, it does not denote the culmination of a career. Rather, it is from this great height that your horizon spans before you. And I know that you, like all of us at Vanderbilt, have your sights set on great things ahead. The people of Vanderbilt are not known for resting on laurels. To see it, you need not look much further than our university seal. Our motto is "Dare to Grow," and we maintain that value for life and throughout our careers. Today, as we look toward the next 150 years, when Vanderbilt will define what it means to be a great university in the 21st century as a forum for free expression, civil discourse, and productive debate among people with diverse perspectives and ideas, as a catalyst for discovery where bold intellectual risk-taking is encouraged and pioneering research leads to real-world change, and as an inclusive community dedicated to advancing the prosperity of its neighbors and the world. I say to our celebrated faculty and our devoted supporters gathered here, we need you now more than ever. It's time to seize our rightful recognized place as a foremost institution, not only in this nation, but around the world. And it is you and your work together that will help us achieve that goal. To our faculty, your reputation precedes you. And what will follow is the next generation of best-in-class scholars and rising stars, all of whom will be driven and will be drawn here by your accomplishments and by the opportunity to work in the unique culture of trans-institutional collaboration that we're continually creating, which leads to the groundbreaking discovery and innovation that makes not only headlines, but changes lives. And so, even as I congratulate you on this monumental achievement in your life as a scholar, I offer to you my humble hope. May your pursuit of knowledge be as earnest and relentless as the day you started on this path. Today, you are the heirs and stewards of a great legacy, and you carry that mantle not only for your university, but for humanity. It is my honor to welcome you into the esteemed group of your Vanderbilt colleagues who share this distinction and the responsibility it entails. And it is my pleasure to share this occasion with you all as we celebrate our new endowed chairs, their great work that lies ahead, and the great potential it bears to create lasting impact in our world. Cresta Audi, and thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Diermeier. Congratulations to all of our chairholders honored today, and thank you to everyone who joined to celebrate them. In my role as Vice Provost for Faculty, it's moments like this that make me in awe of my opportunity to call you my colleagues, and I could not be more proud to be part of this group. And I'm so grateful to everyone who came to celebrate the great work that they do and will continue to do, and that will, as the Chancellor and Provost made clear, change the world. So we invite you now to celebrate by heading straight through the doors on your right to begin enjoying the reception. The chairholders and those on the platform will come to the stage for a group photo first, and then following the photo, we'll join you in the reception. Again, thank you and many congratulations.